Okay, so you guys are here because if you don't know, next Wednesday, you get to take the I-Step. Yay! Right? I know nobody's happy. Okay, so who in here likes to take tests? Nobody, right? Nobody likes to take tests. So give me some words to describe your thoughts about testing. Like, what do you think? Stressful, competitive? Yeah, definitely.
Boo.
Competitive, boo.
Boo.
Boo, not scary. Okay, does anybody think tests are scary?
It sucks.
Sucks?
Stimulating,
Stimulating?
challenging.
Challenging? Does anybody think they're necessary?
No.
Nobody thinks tests are necessary?
The only reason we take I-Step is so the government can see how the school is doing.
That's part of it, but they're holding you hostage with the test, right? You can't graduate unless you complete this test. So it's necessary in that aspect. Like, so how do you, without tests, like how do you measure who's...
Our GPA.
So nobody thinks they're necessary. Nobody likes it. Anybody get scared, anxious, like nervous? Yeah, really bad anxiety. Okay. So that's what we're going to kind of deal with today is the nervousness and the anxiety. Now that I made you all nervous, let's talk about things that we can do to kind of calm our brains. So I have all these wonderful things that I'm going to share with you. And then at the end, I've got kind of a funny, it's not funny, it's just like a little short video. Anybody know how to do like finger tricks?
You mean like that?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm into these finger tricks. And so I got this little video that I put together, but I found, so we're going to try some different finger tricks. It's a distraction, right? So sometimes when you're taking your test and you're really anxious, it's a lack of oxygen to your brain. And when you don't have oxygen to your brain, you're not at your best thinking, right? So when oxygen is not in your brain, you activate what we call the fight, flight, or freeze trigger in your brain. When you're testing, you can't do either of those. You can't freeze, you can't run away, and you can't fight the test. So that means you got to defuse that trigger that's been ignited. So we're going to do some breathing exercises to help get that trigger diffused. Make sense? Okay. All right. So, which is why we have the yoga mats. So, anybody ever heard of square breathing? Nobody? What? All right. Today's your lucky day. So, we're going to practice square breathing because, again, we're trying to get oxygen to our brain so that we can be thinking in our best mode, thinking mode. All right? Your brain needs oxygen to think its best. Okay, so if you're in the chair, make yourself comfortable. So you guys are gonna, you're very comfortable? Okay, so square breathing, you're just breathing in a square. Anybody play Foursquare when they were little? Okay, so we're gonna be making a square with our breaths so we're gonna inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold, and then you're just gonna keep going, okay? Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. All right, and I'll do this. And I'll count to 4. All right? So, let's try it. You don't have to be perfect at it. We're just trying it. If you can, sit up straight. Get your diaphragm opened up so that you can get this air, this oxygen flowing into your bloodstream, up to your brain, so that when we go back in there and do Edgenuity, everybody's getting an A today. Everybody's passing. Everybody is getting 50% progress.
Hey, I could have
All right.
I'm gonna finish my class still.
I know. I'm going to let you do it, but we're going to be in optimal thinking mode when we leave here. Watch. I promise. Watch. Okay, ready? If you want to put your hands on your, however you feel comfortable. All right, here we go. Square breathing. So we're going to do our first square for 4 seconds. Exhale in. Big exhale as much as you can. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. And when you're taking the test, you can take your hand and you can do the square breathing with your hand. Okay? Nobody has to know what you're doing. All right? We're gonna try it again.
We lost weight.
Don't worry, we got plenty of practice. We're gonna do it 3 more times. And when you inhale, take in as much air as you can because you gotta hold it, and then you gotta blow out every single little piece of air when you are exhaling, okay? So you're gonna inhale as much as you can, hold it, and exhale completely all the way out. And then hold it, okay? We're gonna do it 3 more times. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Sit up straight, diaphragm, get that air up in your lungs. Here we go. We're inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. One more time. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Okay? Anytime you're in a panic, if anybody suffers from panic attacks, great way to reset your brain. Anybody suffer from anxiety, great way to reset your brain. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're just breathing, right? Okay. So that's the first secret. Second thing is, this is one of my favorites. I can do this anywhere. It's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anybody heard of these? It's a grounding technique. So grounding technique is really good, again, for anxiety, panic attacks. When you need to reset yourself, like you just are not in a good space, this is what you can do to distract yourself and bring yourself back to wherever it is that you need to be, okay? So if you're in traffic and you're panicking, about to cut somebody out, this is what you could do. Ooh, Lord, let me find 5 things that I can see real quick that are blue, okay? It works. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, this is what we do. So I need you to look around the room, find 5 things that are blue.
Every mat in here.
That's only one. What's 5 other things that are blue? Yep, mat, shirt, what else?
Your mask.
Mask,
My
that thing back there. One more.
The flag.
Flag, okay. All right. Next, I want you to name 4 things you can touch.
Table.
Table, ground,
Chair.
chair.
Leg.
Devin, myself, okay. All right. Next, 3 things that make noise. 3 things you can hear. What are 3 things in this room? Not me. What are 3 things? Mr. Okay. What's another one? No, that's person is 1. All right, give me 2 more.
The hum of the projector.
Home of the projector. Somebody said it. Clock. Yeah, clock. Okay. Next thing, 2 things that you can smell.
Dirty shoes.
She looked at you when she said it, just saying. Okay, dirty shoes. What else? What?
Horse poop.
Who smells like horse poop?
Chase has got some on his boot.
Okay, horse
smell-
poop. All right.
Little B.O.
B.O.
That was you.
That was me. I like pit stuff.
Last thing, 1 thing you could taste. I got gum in my mouth. Something else you taste. Water, spit. Yeah, tongue. Right? Okay, so those are grounding techniques. It's a good way to distract yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear or feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Okay? All right. So, what's next? Let me see what I have. Oh, let me give you guys some other secrets. So we're going to help you out next week. We're going to have some peppermints. So let me tell you, you're like, peppermints? What? I don't even like peppermints. Let me tell you about the benefits of peppermints. Oh, chewing gum. If you guys want gum, I always have gum, but I'll buy some extra gum. So chewing gum gives you a little physical movement. I always have gum, okay? Scientific studies have shown that chewing gum can reduce the amount of stress hormones in your body.
But if you are chomping,
So I will ask everybody to chew quietly, Kiara. And the peppermint, don't be, I hate mouth noises. Just gently suck on the peppermint, okay? Gently. Okay, so some of the things about testing are obvious. Get a good night's sleep, which that square breathing, if you can't go to sleep, perfect way to get yourself like relaxed to go to sleep. Try it. Just try it.
Take some melatonin.
Take some melatonin. That's wonderful.
I'm gonna try to.
Okay. All right. So a couple of things to recognize when you're taking the test. So I know you've heard this before. Whatever answer you choose first, stick with that answer. Don't go back and change it. Like your first instinct, stick with that. Okay? Because more often than not, when you go back and change that answer, it's the wrong answer. You got to go with what your first thought was. Unless, like later on in the test, there's another answer or another question that answers that question for you. Then you can go back and change it. Otherwise, leave it alone. Have you guys heard about the Twin Towers? Like when you're taking the test? So there's so there's usually 4 answers, right? A, B, C, D. So I call, so 2 of them you can eliminate, you know it's not the answer, right? Those 2 get rid of. Then the last 2 are the Twin Towers. So that means it could be either one of those answers. So you're like, shoot, I don't know which one it is. Either pick B or C. Okay? If you don't know, either pick B or C. Usually those are the answers. But when you're testing, don't alternate on questions so let's say you don't know the answer to question number 1 and then you don't know the answer to question number 5. Don't pick B for question number 1 and then C for question number 5. Stick with either all B's or all C's. Don't alternate. If you don't know, it's either probably B or C, but stick with the Twin Towers, okay? Just remember that. Pick one. Make sure you can answer every question. Y'all know that. Don't leave any questions blank. Oh, this is a good one. So if you think of the answer before you look at the answer, so you read the question and try to think of the answer in your mind before you answer it, and then look for the answer. Does that make sense? Did I say it right? So you read and you're like, oh, I know what this is. I think it's blah, 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 blah. Then try to find that in the answers, okay? Then you're most likely to pick the right answer. 3 is key. 3 is key. 3. Read the passage, read the question, reread the passage. You're guaranteed to get the right answer. Read the passage, read the questions, read the passage. Okay? 3 is key. All right, I think that's all my tricks. Questions?